Hi, hello Aquarius, welcome to your Siren Song reading. I've been titling the readings differently. So the first portion of the title that's all in caps, that's the title of the YouTube reading. The second portion of the title gives some indication of how the reading has continued to unfold. I lost my word there, over on Vimeo. So that part of the title is between asterisks. So, bottom of your deck, Aquarius, you have the Ten of Wands. There is a burden that you're laying down. And the bottom of the clarifier deck, we have the Tower. So the laying down of this burden may be associated with some kind of event that's surprising, or there's upheaval. We shall see. Opening your reading, we have the Seven of Swords. So, at best, this card is about strategy, and at worst, it can be about some kind of menacing energy. Somebody that you don't trust, or somebody that's manipulating, somebody that has a hidden agenda, that kind of thing. From there, we have an indication that the wheel is turning, cause and effect, events are transpiring, creating conditions, things are moving forward. Wheel of Fortune. The third line of your first verse is the Lovers, card of Gemini, divine love, divine decision-making in love, divinely guided love, you know, the absence of fear in decision-making. And then the last line of your first verse is your card, Aquarius, the Star. Card of great blessings. I love reading for Aquarius with this deck, the Starman Tarot, because there's a lot of lightning depicted in the images. And in the legends of the nakshatra of Aquarius, there's a lot of lightning, a lot of electricity as well. So I really enjoy reading for Aquarius when using this deck. Your chorus is the Hiraeth. So the notion of the Hiraeth comes from Wales, from the Welsh tradition. It's a word that it doesn't necessarily have an English equivalent. It's about a sort of longing deep down for something that is felt to be missing. So maybe like a kinship, a kindred spirit from childhood, or, you know, that is longed for. You know, it's, in its origins, it's about the sort of longing for the traditions and the landscape of Wales. But in this deck, which presents it in a broader meaning, the suggestion that it's some, like, sort of deep down missing part of oneself, and that ultimately it ends up being found within oneself. The Hiraeth. And it's elusive. So you see how she's kind of coming apart, almost like smoke. So it's elusive. It's not something you can pin down or name necessarily. It's a sense, it's a feeling, there's a longing, there's a grief that's associated with it. It's like you really, really miss someone, that kind of feeling. It's homesickness, but for a home that's sort of deep within oneself. First line of the second verse, we have the Queen of Pentacles, card of Capricorn. Somebody having command over their earthly resources, their earthly life, their home, their job, their family, you know, being very grounded, beautiful gardens, you know, anything having to do with the earth and the earth plane. Beautiful. And then we have the Five of Swords. So there's a sense of conflict, a sense of agendas clashing, motives clashing, needs perhaps clashing. Conflict, Five of Swords. And then we have the Queen of Cups, cardinal sign of water, card of Cancer. So we have card of Gemini, card of Aquarius, card of Cancer, card of Capricorn. Fourth line, or final line of the second verse, is the Nine of Cups. I don't know if you made a wish before the reading started. Some people believe that if you make a wish before the reading starts and the Nine of Cups comes up, then that's an indication that your wish will come true. But in any event, this card, this energy is about wish fulfillment. And I know it's cups, but I always see this as the Ace of Pentacles back here. You know, it always feels to me like the wishes that are being fulfilled have to do with grounded matters, you know, matters of earthly importance. And your bridge, the chorus would come over and join the bridge. Your bridge is completion. Completion has a similar energy to the World card in the tarot. It's that you are completing a cycle. In the calendar year, it would be the time of harvest. Regarding relationships, it's an indication that no more productivity can come from the old ways, the old relationship or the old ways of relating, and that it is time for the new. So here we have this combination of the Hiraeth, which is this sort of deep longing, and this sense of completion. And with regard to the Hiraeth, it is said in the text of this deck, I'm just remembering now, that if you ask this energy to remove that longing, it will be done. You ask this archetype, the Hiraeth, to remove the longing. My guess is that would lead to, because essentially this deck is saying that the Hiraeth is ultimately about a fragmented self, right? So my guess is that, you know, when we ask, usually a light gets shined on everything that we have to do to repair it. Like, so my guess is that would be an opportunity to address whatever fragments there are that need your attention within you. Okay, so we're going to clarify at the bottom of this deck. As I said, you have the Tower, and I already shuffled. I usually lay all these 12 clarifiers out before I start the reading, but since I didn't, I would love for your comments. And if you're interested in subscribing, I'm trying to get just about over that 1,000 subscriber point, so I would love that. If you like the reading, please like it. Okay, regarding your Seven of Swords, your clarifier is the Seven of Cups. So maybe this is confusing to you, whatever this is. If this is an external energy that's sort of menacing in your life or in your plans, maybe it's causing you confusion. If this is a strategy of yours, if you are currently strategizing and the card is of neutral, you know, it's neither good nor bad at this point, but rather just the mechanics of strategizing, then maybe this is an indication that you're confused about your own strategy or that you have options regarding your strategy. Another possibility, since it's the beginning of the reading, we have to stay general and open. Another possibility, though, is that this menacing energy that came into your experience actually created a lot of options for you. You know, that can happen sometimes. I think, especially with good people, if something comes in that is not necessarily well motivated, you know, that has a little ill intent, the energy of a good person just kind of turns it into like multiple cups of lemonade, you know. So that's also a really clear possibility. Clarifying your Wheel of Fortune, Aquarius, we have the Five of Cups. So Oh, beautiful. So, you know, the reading of this card, of course, is typically that, you know, you, the querent, are just looking at the spilled cups, and really all you have to do is turn around to see the two that are full. Since the next card that you're going to have is the Lovers, I'm starting to wonder if maybe the Wheel of Fortune turning, right? The, you know, the completion and the Hieroth, and Ten of Wands putting down a burden with the Tower. Perhaps what they're talking about is you sort of turning around and getting a new perspective on this Two of Cups, and that is what's going to turn your wheel. You know? I like that thought. I just turned over a card by mistake. Oh, I might as well tell you what it is since we had that happy accident. That's the Knight of Cups over. It's in your Vimeo reading, and also the Four of Wands. But since they flipped over, I think it's only fair that you get to see them too. Okay. Clarifying the Lovers card, which comes in after the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Six of Swords. So now, interesting. There are two people in this boat, as there are two people in this card, and this. I think these two people and these two people are the same, you know, sort of under cover of darkness, metaphorically moving into a more peaceful state, you know, moving into calmer waters. They feel very much like a team in this card. You know, they share a really beautiful energy. There's a real bond between them. And we have Aquarius. We have your card, the Star, card of blessings, and we have Eight of Wands, clarifying that. So very fast-moving blessings coming in. Very fast. I mean, that could feel like a tower. What's under the tower is the Death card, card of transformation. And what's under that is another 10, the Ten of Swords. So something difficult is ending, and some blessings are really raining in on you, Aquarius. And we have the Hieroth, that deep longing, that elusive deep longing, that energy, that sense of homesickness tinged with grief, you know, the unnameable sort of feeling. And from there we go to Queen of Pentacles and King of Cups, card of Scorpio. So this is a lovely couple we have here. Emotional maturity, card of Scorpio. And, you know, this beautiful Earth Queen. Is this the couple that you're in right now, Aquarius? Do you identify with one of these characters? And do you identify your partner with one of the characters? And we have a little bit of conflict coming in after that, and the High Priestess. So something that you're sensing intuitively, Aquarius. You're sensing some conflict intuitively here. And then we have the Queen of Cups and the Two of Swords. This is the card of Cancer. And this is the need to face and make a decision. And then we have wish fulfillment and the Two of Pentacles. So wish fulfillment and having to make two disparate elements work in your life, right? Juggling, it's always called. Let me just look under this Ten of Wands Seven of Cups, and another Ten of Swords. King of Swords, that's your card. Page of Pentacles. Alright, Aquarius, let me look at this for a moment. I hesitate to get too specific, but I think there is a sort of storyline coming to me that's one possibility. So with the Seven of Swords and Seven of Cups, something comes in that doesn't feel right to you, and it's confusing. The Wheel of Fortune happens when you turn and look at the Two of Cups. You take your eyes off the three that are spilled, and you have a shift in perspective to the Two of Cups. And then with that newfound perspective, there's a love you treasure, and you want to move together into a calmer state. Okay? I have a feeling that this right here came in and it confused you. But you sort of giving the situation the benefit of the doubt is what I'm seeing. As you turn around and face the Two Cups that you have, you look at the greatness of the bond that you do have, and you take it to a more peaceful place, that bond. And then in come all these blessings, your card of Aquarius, blessings raining down, blessings raining down on Aquarius, within Aquarius. Right now, Jupiter is retrograde in Aquarius. So retrograde is kind of like going back over our beliefs, going back over things we've been taught. It can even be like reconnecting with teachers. And then next we have this Herith again. This kind of like deep longing that you're aware of, that's within you. And there's this couple, which is Queen of Pentacles, King of Cups. And then there's, you sense some conflict. And then there's Queen of Cups and the need for a decision. So I'm wondering if there's a sort of deep longing for an old love. You know? Like, if you're this King of Cups energy, and there's a deep longing for this, or for an old time, you know, an old place, since it's an Earth card, right? It could be an old place or an old time. And then you sense some conflict, like maybe your longing for this is, your real life partner feels it, you know, and there's an intuitive understanding of conflict. Because this Queen of Cups, which may be your sort of real life partner, and it doesn't matter if it's water signs, I'm just saying this because the King of Cups is here, right? Is like sort of even afraid to look at it, you know. So there's something perhaps about your longing for the past, or for some kind of like missing piece, or for some kind of kindred spirit or kinship or something like that. You're longing for it, like, and it creates a sort of message that isn't spoken, that is like, that makes your real partner feel like they can never get close enough to you, you know, like, because you have that within you, you know. And so there's this kind of intuitive sensing of conflict. And then this, so like this could be you, or this could be your partner. It could be either, like the roles could be reversed. Like your partner, you could sense this longing in your partner for another time, another place, a younger love, some, you know, like a love from when they were younger, not like a younger person, but like an experience from when they were younger that maybe they've glorified, you know. We do that with things from the past, you know. And, you know, it could even be somebody who's passed away that your partner is longing for, or that you think that they're longing for, that you think that they miss so deeply. And there's somebody is intuitive about the conflict that it creates. So whether it's you being intuitive about that conflict, or them being intuitive about that conflict, and, you know, the partner, the person who is watching their partner have this longing, doesn't even want to look at it, doesn't want to be faced with a decision, just like doesn't even know what to do with it. You know what I mean? And it's almost like in the real world, right? Because this is what, in the now, in the present, where there is a King of Cups and Queen of Cups together, like wishes are fulfilled, but that partner of the person who has the longing is just like sort of, how am I going to make these two things work together? You know, like the fulfilled life that we have, but this longing that my partner just sort of never seems to be cured from. But then we come over and the chorus is joined by the bridge, and the bridge is completion. So there is a sense that this energy can be shifted, you know. So that's where we are before we go to Vimeo, and I hope to see you over there. Like I said in the beginning of the reading, an indication of where the reading is, like a little summary of the Vimeo reading is within the title of this reading, Between the Asterisks. And yeah, thanks for being here, Aquarius. It's been a pleasure. Bye.